channel 33 RPM.
Today, 10 classic hard rock and metal albums that turned 30 in 2016. Be right back.
Channel 33 RPM, yeah. 33 RPM. Channel 33 RPM, yeah. Final Gear and more.
Hey guys, Frank here, channel 33 RPM, the YouTube channel all about vinyl gear and more, still coming at you with a whole new episode every single Sunday. 1986, I was 12 years old, delivering newspaper and using any spare money I could find to buy records. It was an interesting time for hard rock and heavy metal music. You had established artists like Judas Priest and Ozzy Osbourne who were kind of losing their way, abandoning their traditional fan base with a more polished, poppy sound in pursuit of chart success. You had Van Halen and David Lee Roth at odds with one another, and you had a whole new breed of metal bands coming up like Metallica and Megadeth. That's right, here are 10 albums that are now 3 decades old. Check it out. Released on February 22nd was Ozzy Osbourne's Ultimate Sin. Ever wonder what Ozzy would look like dressed in sequins with poofed out hair? Me neither. But whether we like it or not, that's the Ozzy we got on this record. He looked more like B. Arthur. He looked more like B. Arthur than a madman. Nonetheless, some really good tracks produced on this album, including the title track, Shot in the Dark, and my favorite, Thank God for the Bomb. At the opposite end of the spectrum, wearing jeans and attitude on their sleeves, you had Metallica with their third full-length release, Master of Puppets, and the last with legendary bassist Cliff Burton. They toured that year, interestingly enough, in support of Ozzy. On March 24th, Van Halen, or should I say Van Hagar, ushered in a whole new era with 5150, their first album without David Lee Roth. And while it was Van Halen light, fans didn't seem to mind. This was the band's first #1 album. Next up, released on April 14th, was Judas Priest Turbo. And like Ozzy, these guys got an image makeover, trading in their black leather and spikes for colorful costumes. And KK, he got a perm. But it wasn't only the band's image that changed, so did their sound. It was more polished, it was more poppy. This isn't my favorite Judas Priest album. Yep. Those hot chicks on the cover were actually guys. It's Poison with their debut Look with the Cat Dragged In. Essentially a glorified demo. It's raw, it's dumb, and it's catchy as hell. Fresh after being punted from Van Halen, and 4 months after the release of 5150, we got the debut solo album from Mr. David Lee Roth, Eat 'Em and Smile, released May 7th and featuring the killer lineup of Steve Vai, Billy Sheehan, and Greg Bissonette. This album smoked. The best record Van Halen never made. Ever heard of this album? No, me neither. Released September 19th was Megadeth's Peace Sells, but Who's Buying? Apparently Dave Mustaine and Dave Ellefson were homeless during this period, and Chris Poland and Gar Samuelson were battling heroin addictions. Yet somehow those four managed to record this thrash classic. Alice Cooper staged his comeback on September 22nd with Constrictor, his first new album in 3 years. Is it a classic? Not really, but it was great to have Alice Cooper back with new material. And finally released on September 29th, Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time. Like Judas Priest, these guys discovered guitar synthesizers on this release, but they did it in a more subtle way. Some classic tracks on this record, including Wasted Years, plus you gotta love Futuristic Eddie. What were some of your favorite releases of 1986? Where were you that year? What were you doing? Let me know in the comments below. Remember, if you enjoyed this episode, leave a quick like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, click that button so you never miss another episode again. Until next time, vinyl friends, keep on spinning.